Now step this way, boys, and just put your moniker on there, and everything will be AK. Hey. Hey, don't step right this way, boys. Be shot on the boy with the gold cigar. Anybody else? Step right up this way. Hey. Don't throw that. That's only for long distance.
All right, come on up, fellow.
Then what do you want? Would you like a suite on the 3rd floor?
No, I'll take a Pollock in the basement.
Hello, Rob here, and welcome to R&B Reviews. And in case you missed this information, every April we do a, here on the channel, we review comedies every year because April Fool's comedy. And this year I decided that I'm going to attempt to review just about all of the films of the classic comedy team, the Marx Brothers. They were famous. They did the stage in the 20s, and they did a lot of movies in the 1930s and 40s. And the first one that I'm going to be reviewing them in order that they released. So the first one that they did was the 1929 film, The Cocoanuts, which they made for Paramount Pictures. It was based on their 1925 play, also called The Cocoanuts. It played on Broadway.
Hello? Yes? I-40318? Is that so? Where'd you get it? Oh, you want some? Oh, that's different. Have you got any ice? No, I haven't. This is Coconut Beach. No snow, no ice. Get some onions. That'll make your eyes water. What? You too.
Well, with the Cocoanuts, it's pretty much like watching a stage play. What I found pretty interesting is the opening of the movie has a montage at the beginning. You don't, at that time, you really, with the way sound films were at the time, you really didn't see montages, which surprised me. And also, you really didn't see montages in the beginning of really hardly any Marx Brother movie. For example, you see people on the beach, you see girls hitting on lifeguards, there's a lot of dancing, but it does feel like a musical of the time. This movie definitely follows the musical format of that time period. Basically, there was most of the stage musicals that were playing on Broadway at this time. There really wasn't much of a plot. It was mostly musical numbers rotating with comedy numbers or comedy bits from comedians, and then there was usually a subplot featuring a romantic couple, and it would just rotate through it. So this movie really doesn't have a storyline, even though there's a couple things. There's the whole thing about, you know, possibly losing the hotel and Groucho trying to raise money. There's the subplot involving a stolen necklace, and then there's this thing with the romantic couple. And as you can see in this clip, the bellhops are girls dancing basically in the middle of a scene. Now, I know this may seem a bit unrealistic to the modern audience, but this was actually quite common to the stage musicals of the 20s and 30s. The producers really wanted to show off these glamorous girls whenever they could. Heck, even the opening credits feature dancing girls. However, the film does set up a lot of ingredients that appear in a lot of the Marx Brothers movies. For example, you have Harpo playing the harp, Chico playing the piano, and you also have Groucho Marx hitting on Margaret Dumont.
What I meant was, you're going to be here all winter, and I'm stuck with the hotel anyhow. Why don't you grab me until you can make other arrangements?
My dear Mr. Hammer, I shall never get married before my daughter.
You did once.
The Marx Brothers are definitely the best part of this film. They definitely bring energy, and the moments that in this film is still funny and not really all that out of date. The comedy sequence definitely make you forget that the static shots that you see occasionally throughout the film, although the film does cut to medium shots and close-ups from time to time. Also, the romantic couple in this movie also brings energy. And what's interesting is there's a woman villain in this movie, and that's also kind of rare for a Marx Brothers movie. Some of the stage actors in this movie, you can tell, are still adjusting to the screen acting, including Groucho at times. He seems a little bit restrained compared to the later films, although I think Chico and Harpo are more used to it. Zeppo is not really given much to do in this movie.
Hey. Why don't you take something for that insomnia? You ought to cut out drinking so much coffee. I'm sorry, sir. Say, any luck with the 4:30? Yes, it didn't hit me. That's the only luck I had with it. Mr. Hammer, I think I know what's wrong with the hotel. I think I know, too. You're fired. Get your hat and my coat and get out. Well, maybe the season hasn't started yet. Maybe the hotel isn't open yet. Don't worry, Mr. Hammer. In a few weeks, you'll be cleaning up. Yes, and making the bed.
As for the print that exists, it can be a little bit fuzzy or faded. But overall, The Cocoanuts, it's not their best film. It did give them a good starting point, though. But I think the Marx Brothers movie definitely got better with better material. And the movies, when they became a little bit more story-oriented, and the characters, the Marx Brothers characters were a little bit not quite as rough as they were here. Also, what kind of annoyed me with this movie is that the scenes kind of stop and start at random. Like I said, you rotate between comedy bits, musical bits, and they just seem to start and stop without anything logical. This kind of wore me out as a result. What's kind of interesting about the Cocoanuts is that the Marx Brothers weren't really happy with this movie, and they were this close to buying the negative and from Paramount and burning it. But luckily, Paramount released the film, and at that time, it was a very big hit. Like I said, this is not the Marx Brothers' best film. I think if you're just getting into the Marx Brothers, I probably would not start at this film. I would probably start with one of their more better films, like Horse Feathers or Duck Soup or Night at the Opera. If you decide that you really like the Marx Brothers movies, maybe you can check this movie out. But like I said, I think their movies definitely got better over time. So that's my first video on the Marx Brothers film. This one is about the Cocoanuts. If you have any feedback about the Marx Brothers or about this movie or about the video, go ahead and leave your comments. I do greatly appreciate it. So again, thanks very much for watching.